Hey folks, Dave here with some surprise Fallout news. Bethesda came out of nowhere with an announcement before E3 for Fallout 76. There's actually quite a bit that we can deduce from both the teaser and what's known about Vault 76 already, but before we dive into all of that, let's take a look at Bethesda's official teaser for the game.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains.
First off, we can tell from the date on the Pip-Boy that this is going to be the closest Fallout game to the Great War when the bombs fell. According to that Pip-Boy, the date is the 27th of October, 2102, which is only 25 years to the week since the atomic bombs fell. One of the long-running criticisms of Bethesda's Fallout games is that a lot of the areas in Bethesda's games don't feel like they're actually hundreds of years after the Great War. But here, we're going to be very, very close to that nuclear apocalypse. This is further reinforced by the overall theme of the teaser trailer. That theme is reclamation.
In Vault 76, our future begins.
There's a heavy implication that the purpose of Vault 76 and your purpose as a survivor of that vault is to go out and reclaim the apocalyptic wasteland. In the words of my Fallout 4 RangerDave character, it's actually time to rebuild America. It also looks like this is not a full sequel to Fallout 4 just yet. This is not Fallout 5. This is something else in the middle. It's kind of an offshoot, although we've already seen that Obsidian has confirmed that they are not involved. Given the overall theme of reclamation, as well as the choice of music in this trailer, there's a good chance that this Fallout game is actually going to be set in a much more rural area compared to previous games. It may be a little bit too on the nose, but the music here in the trailer is country roads, and it has a very folksy blues style to it. Of course, it talks about West Virginia specifically. If in fact this is the first Fallout game to take place in a very rural and eastern area of the United States, that's going to be a huge opportunity to explore some very, very different settings in the game. On a personal note, I would love if this is actually the setting for the game. If it was in fact West Virginia, Western Virginia, perhaps Tennessee or North Carolina, any of those Appalachian Trail regions, the Blue Ridge Mountains, because I actually grew up in that area, and there really aren't a whole lot of games that take place there, despite the fact that it is some absolutely beautiful parts of the country. I think it would also make sense from a lore standpoint that this area would be chosen for a true survival vault based around reclamation, because there aren't a lot of high priority nuclear targets in the Blue Ridge Mountains or Appalachian Trail region. There's definitely a danger of some bad fallout from the eastern areas, including DC, Boston, perhaps Newport News, Virginia, which is a huge naval port. But the further you get into those Appalachian Mountains, the better your chances of avoiding the apocalypse that's going on elsewhere. This would be an amazing region to actually have a Fallout game set in. As far as Vault 76 goes, here's what is known. Bethesda has been seeding this for quite a long time. We have heard a couple of notes about Vault 76 before. We know that, for example, this is a Vault-Tec control vault. This is not one of their weird experimental vaults. This was a vault that actually did stick to its stated purpose, and that was to keep a group of survivors alive in order to repopulate the United States after a nuclear holocaust. Vault 76 in particular was designed to open only 20 years after the bombs fall, and it was among those only 17 known control vaults. Vault 76 was mentioned first in the Mothership Zeta DLC for Fallout 3, when we had a notation given by Giles Wollstonecroft, who was a chief executive officer in the Vault-Tec Corporation before the Great War. He mentioned specifically the Vault 76 construction site. That's where he was inspecting when he was abducted by the aliens. Additionally, in the Fallout 4 prologue, The newscaster who is reading off the events before the war mentions Vault 76 specifically because it debuted in 2076 in honor of America's tricentennial. Now what's interesting here, guys, looking at the teaser trailer, despite this Fallout game taking place at the earliest point in the post-apocalyptic timeline in the Fallout universe, it actually has some very futuristic elements that we haven't seen before in a Fallout game. The first thing that you guys might have noticed is we have a partial color TV for the first time ever in the Fallout series. We've never seen this before. Additionally, that version of Country Road is from the 1970s, where generally the music in the Fallout universe is taken from the 1960s and 1950s of our reality. This might imply that what is kept inside of Vault 76 is some of the most advanced technology, which would make sense for the reclamation theme. Vault Tech would want to make sure that their control vaults that actually were based around keeping people alive would have the best technology possible for going out into the wasteland after an atomic war. Finally, guys, our last rumor comes from Kotaku. They've gotten wind that the studio that's helping Bethesda work on this game is the new Austin office of Bethesda, formerly known as Battlecry Studios. Kotaku has also implied that this is going to be an online game of some sort. Now, a lot of people took that as, okay, this is going to be a Fallout MMO. But given the theme of reclamation and survival here with Vault 76, I don't think an MMO is the case. Instead, I think we're going to see Bethesda expand on the settlement creation that we saw in Fallout 4 and actually focus the entire game around it here with Vault 76. If that's the case, I don't think we're going to see a MMO style of multiplayer. Instead, I think Fallout 76 is going to have co-op elements where you can work together with a friend and both of your survivors can work together to rebuild and reclaim the apocalyptic wasteland. Oh man, I just really do hope it is in Virginia or Western Virginia. That would just be such a unique rural setting for the game. We're supposed to hear more at E3, so I'm definitely going to keep my ear to the ground. You guys let me know in the comments what you think of this announcement. What do you think Fallout 76 is going to focus on? And if you could pick, what would be your #1 feature for the game? Do you actually want to see co-op, or would you like it to be full multiplayer, or perhaps just classic Fallout single player? For now, guys, that's going to be all. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.